Assalamu alaikum. This is Pratusha Burwa welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. ECNEC approves total 17 projects involving overall estimated cost of around 9 crore taka. ICT sets July 1st as hearing date on charge against fugitive former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 3 other accused in July-August genocide case. Despite being active during 10-day Eid holiday, container congestion at Chattogram port increases as subsidiary companies closed in that period. US President Trump criticizes both Israel and Iran of violating ceasefire. And Bangladesh to face off host Sri Lanka in final test of 2-match race tomorrow. Viewers, those were the headlines, and moving on to the details. The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council (ECNEC) today approved a total of 17 projects involving an overall estimated cost of 8,974 crore and 28 lakh taka. The approval comes at an ECNEC meeting with its chairperson and chief advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus in the chair held at the NAC conference room on the Planning Commission premises in the capital's Sheribanga Nagar area. Of the approved 17 projects, 11 are new and 5 are revised ones, while 1 project got time extension without witnessing any expenditure. Of the total estimated project cost, 3,180 crore and 34 lakh taka will come from the government of Bangladesh portion, 5,563 crore and 43 lakh taka will come as project loan, while the rest of 230 crore and 51 lakh taka from the concerned organization's own fund. Members of the Advisory Council, Planning Commission and secretaries concerned were present in the meeting. The International Crimes Tribunal set July 1st as the date for the hearing on the charge against fugitive former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 3 other accused in July-August genocide case. The 3-member tribunal headed by Justice Ghulam Murtuza Mujumdar issued the order today. The other 2 accused in the case are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun. Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, who is under arrest, was produced before the tribunal from prison today. Meanwhile, in a separate case involving the burning of 6 bodies in Ashulia of Savar on the August 5, the investigation agency of the International Crimes Tribunal has found the involvement of 16 individuals. The tribunal has set July 2nd for the submission of the investigation report. 7 individuals, including former police officer Abdullah Ahel Kafi, Shahidul Islam, were presented before the tribunal today in connection with this case. In another case related to enforced disappearances, former army officer Ziaul Hassan was also presented before the tribunal. The tribunal has scheduled August 24 for the submission of the investigation report in this case. Prosecutor Mizanul Islam of the International Crimes Tribunal briefed journalists following the hearings.
সাবেক স্বরাষ্ট্রমন্ত্রী আসাদুজ্জামান কামাল এবং সাবেক আইজিপি চৌধুরী আব্দুল্লাহ আল মামুন উনি আজকে উপস্থিত আছেন। বাকি 2 জন পলাতক আছেন। এই পলাতক 2 জনের জন্য পেপার পাবলিকেশন হয়েছে। তাদেরকে হাজির হওয়ার জন্য বিজ্ঞপ্তি দেওয়া হয়েছিল, তারা হাজির হন নাই এবং যেহেতু হাজির হন নাই, পলাতক আসামিদের বিষয়ে যে বিধান ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ক্রাইমস ট্রাইব্যুনাল অ্যাক্ট 1973 যে স্টেট ডিফেন্স নিয়োগ করা হয়, সেই স্টেট ডিফেন্স নিয়োগ ট্রাইব্যুনাল করবেন, এই মর্মে আদেশ দিয়েছে। 5ই আগস্ট আন্দোলন দমনের জন্য তৎকালীন আইন শৃঙ্খলা বাহিনী এবং আওয়ামী লীগ ক্যাডাররা যে নৃশংসতা প্রদর্শন করেছিল, তার অন্যতম ছিল আশুলিয়ায় 6 জন ব্যক্তি, যার মধ্যে একজন জীবিত ছিল, তাদেরকে পুড়িয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছিল। এই মামলায় তদন্ত প্রতিবেদন আমরা গত 19শে জুন পেয়েছি। আমরা এক সপ্তাহ সময় চেয়েছি ফর্মাল চার্জ দাখিলের জন্য। এইখানে 16 জনকে অ্যাকিউজ করা হয়েছে। আমরা স্ক্রুটিনি করে দেখছি। আমরা আশা করছি 2 জুলাই এটা দিন ধার্য হয়েছে, এর মধ্যেই ফর্মাল চার্জ দাখিল করতে পারবো।
A BNP delegation led by the party's Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, who is currently visiting China, held a meeting today with Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Sun Weidong. Later at 11 a.m., the delegation also held a meeting with Liu Jianshao, Minister of the International Department of the Communist Party of China. The discussion between the two sides took place in a cordial atmosphere. During the meeting, China expressed the expectation for a free and fair election in Bangladesh. BNP asked for continued Chinese support in agriculture industry, government's health, and infrastructure development of Bangladesh. Besides, Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir urged for Chinese steps to reduce trade imbalances and sought assistance in modern technology and enhancing workforce skills. Although the operations of the Chattogram port terminal were ongoing during the 10-day Eid holiday, the container congestion at the port increased as the subsidiary companies were closed during the period. Even after a week of the Eid holiday ends, the Chattogram port has not been able to overcome the congestion as sufficient containers were not unloaded during the Eid holiday. There are still 42,000 containers in the terminals. Keeping 30% space of the terminals empty makes it easier to keep them running smoothly. Container congestion at Chattogram port affects trade in import and export. Therefore, it's important to unload the containers quickly. Many organizations, including the customs, are involved in the case of unloading imported goods. Due to this, Chattogram port itself cannot unload containers on time alone. This problem arises during long government holidays. This time, container congestion was created at the port during the Eid al-Adha holiday as well. However, congestion at the terminals is decreasing now as about 4,000 containers are being unloaded every day, which is expected to speed up. Now, international news. US President Donald Trump said both Israel and Iran violated the ceasefire, but he was really unhappy with Israel. He called on Israel to stop dropping bombs and bring the pilots home after Israel ordered powerful strikes on Iran. Trump criticized Israel and Iran after both sides accused each other of breaking ceasefire. It came after Israel said it intercepted a missile launched by Iran hours after the ceasefire came into effect. Iran denied launching fresh attacks and warned any further aggression would be met with a decisive, firm, and timely response. Meanwhile, the Israeli government said it agreed to the ceasefire proposal after achieving the objectives of its attacks on Iran. Iran also fired a salvo of missiles at a military base in Qatar that housed American troops on Monday evening in retaliation for the US's attacks on its nuclear sites a day earlier. Israeli forces and drones have reportedly killed dozens in the latest attacks on people seeking aid in Gaza. The attacks were carried out as Palestinians waited for aid at distribution sites across the enclave on Tuesday, killing as many as 50 people in total, along with 21 others across the territory. The killings are the latest in a wave of daily carnage near a distribution point established late last month by the controversial Israeli and United States-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, GHF. The head of the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has labeled GHF a death trap. Medical sources said at least 25 people were killed in an incident on Salah al-Din Street south of Wadi Gaza in central Gaza, while more than 140 other people were injured, 62 of them critically. Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light HWPL, a South Korea-based international peace organization, urged end to the Israel-Iran violent conflict. They made the call in an official statement saying, "Violent conflict is not the solution. Both nations must seek peaceful solution through dialogue." HWPL expressed deep concerns over the violent conflict between Israel and Iran and condemned the grave threat it poses to international peace and security. In the statement, HWPL urged the immediate cessation of hostilities and called for a peaceful resolution to the situation, strongly denouncing the violence and emphasizing that it has led to the loss of innocent civilian lives. The organization reaffirmed the people of Israel and Iran want peace as the entire global community hopes for peace to be restored. HWPL contributes to the promotion of global peace through its special consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council (ECOSOC) and its partnership with the United Nations Department of Global Communications (DGC).